Ohayou gozaimasu. Good morning from the very sleepy streets of Tokyo. It's not even 6:30 a.m. but I am here. This is actually my last day in Tokyo for now. I'll be back in about 11 weeks. Don't worry. And we'll still be talking shop whilst I'm at home, as we usually do on the Sunday stream. But I wanted to stream and try to keep to my regular schedule on a Sunday as best as I could. Anyway, so here we are. And I'm making my way to Asakusa. Everything is closed, but it's all good because it means that I can answer some of the questions. Hello, howdy. Yes, what a strange time for me to stream. A little bit later than normal for you, for the normal stream, but I tried to stream a little bit earlier, but it was a little bit too early. Hey, how you doing, Coexist? So yeah, this is going to be the normal stream, Sunday stream, or Sunday stream. Well, wait a minute, it's Saturday over there. Maybe I got it wrong, but it's Sunday here. That's the important thing. It's Sunday here, and I wouldn't be able to stream on the normal schedule because I'll be flying, unfortunately. So let's check out what sleepy Tokyo is like. Nearly midnight in Berlin. Wow. Okay. Well, this is not good if the camera's not working. What? Okay. Sorry, guys. For some reason, the camera wasn't working, and it got stuck. This app that I'm using just keeps on. They keep on adding more features, but they don't fix the bugs with Prism. I'm just fed up with Prism. I just want YouTube to update their app to something that actually works. Hey, Daniel and Yuka. Again, I can't. This is not going to work, guys. This is not going to work, guys. I cannot change cameras. So yeah, every time I try to change the orientation of the camera sort of freezes. So I'm gonna keep to this view because probably you guys want to see the city of Tokyo, but you can ask questions. By the way, when it's back again, it's literally because what's happening, guys? Tell me. Is the app freezing and you can hear my voice, or is it completely freezing? Right, you can see that the sun's probably come up recently because it's not super bright. Hey Joseph, how you doing? Ohayou gozaimasu. Complete freeze. Okay, I am not near Shinjuku. I am actually in Ueno, the back streets of Ueno, and I'm making my way to Asakusa. It's just about coming up to 6:30 in the morning, but I know that this is generally a good time to stream, you know? So for some reason, when I try to change views, the camera freezes. So I'm not going to try and change the view for a while. So very sleepy Ueno right now. But hopefully we'll start seeing some hints of the direction that we're walking in. You had your Airbnb for some weeks. Good place to visit. Yeah, this is a great location to base yourself at. Actually, it's got some really good links. The Ginza line directly to Asakusa, for example, the Hibiya line, and all the pretty much most, if not all, of the JR lines come to Ueno. And then if you do want to get the Shinkansen, then Tokyo stations, well, depending on the line, it can be one stop away on one line, or it can just be like 2 or 3 stops away. How do you make money in Tokyo? I don't make money in Tokyo. I make money at home where I have a job. And I edit these videos and that kind of thing at home. What am I going to eat for breakfast? That's a very good question. Well, generally I don't eat breakfast. But when I'm here, I usually have a coffee and some kind of a sweet treat. I have a full-time job. I do. Not in Tokyo. Back in Europe. And this is the side adventure. That's what I want to call it. The side adventure. Hey, thank you so much, Coexist. I can't even talk, it's too early in the morning. Coffee fans, I will need to get a coffee. In fact, maybe it's a good idea to get one of these canned vending machine coffees. Arigatou gozaimasu. How much was my hotel per night? That's a good question. And I stayed in an upper hotel, which is generally relatively cheap, I would say. But depending on when you book and the season, and don't forget this has been spring, and I did catch the tail end of Sakura, so maybe I'll wait a little bit for the coffee. I think I don't need it right now. It was the tail end of Sakura in Tokyo, and I think I paid probably, I'm gonna guess, around 13,000 yen per night, or 14,000 yen per night. That's gonna be my guess. But when I did look at the hotel prices for the same period, and I booked back in, I want to say January for April, but when I did look like 3 weeks to a month before my trip, it was literally double. The prices were double. So that same importance of booking in advance and trying to lock in an itinerary if you want to save some money, you know. Happy Easter, everyone, indeed. Japanese people don't celebrate Easter at all. Well, unless they're Christians, obviously. But you will see the odd sort of like Easter egg display with a chick. So a little bit commercial, you know. Jennifer! I am Genki. And by the way, I'm not moving the camera around to face me because it will crash the stream and I'll have to restart. Well, I'll just have to restart me. Well, it won't affect much from your end. It will just be a little bit of annoyance. I'll probably change the the view in a bit. Oh, some kind of an emergency. How many more days have you got left in Japan? Unfortunately, this is my last day, so it's a little bit of a bittersweet moment, I think, for the last day. And it's one of those really annoying things because I feel that now, like yesterday, the day before yesterday, I got into the swing of Japan. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. By the way, Jennifer, thanks for your donation. But I did get into the swing of Japan, meaning that I was fully in the time zone, meaning that for like filming and vlogging and all that kind of thing, like I was nice and warmed up, and also meaning, you know, that you get into your groove when you travel. The zombie apocalypse, I hope not. Hey, just to be around, I often book multiple hotels at the lowest rates, then plan things out with travel costs to see what's more viable. I do that too also. I mean, on this trip I didn't need to do that because I knew that I was gonna I knew my dates, so I didn't need to do that. But in the summer, I usually, at some points of my trip, I do that when I'm a little bit unsure of where I'm gonna go. It's a great tip there, Jerome. Book yourself multiple hotels with free cancellation, perhaps at different locations, just in case you don't know where you're gonna end up, or at different dates, just in case you haven't fully locked in your dates. Very, very quiet. Check it out, guys. Check it out. Question. I was in Dubai Expo 4 years ago and will definitely look forward to visit the Osaka Expo in September. The Japan exhibition was the best part of the Dubai Expo. Wow. Most memorable place you've visited, recommend a traveler to visit? I mean, if you have the time, this is the thing with memorable places. They're not usually super easy to get to. But I think places like Yakushima in Kagoshima, is an island, Yakushima Island, is very, very memorable, very beautiful, very different. And obviously Okinawa. But I feel that those are like vacations within vacations. Well, Yakushima not so much, but Okinawa I feel is a vacation within a vacation. So it's if you go to Okinawa, if you feel like you need a vacation within your vacation. You'll be in Tokyo on Wednesday. Nice, dude. Hey, back in the clay. Last expo I was in Shanghai. Nice. Yakushima is pretty good, and nobody's talking about Expo in Japan. To be honest, I don't want to use the word flop, but they've done things in a certain way that's really deterred a lot of people from going to it, especially tourists. Tourists have to plan their trips, you know, with specific dates, and if you set up something that basically doesn't allow a tourist to know what they're going to see until pretty much a few weeks before they get to Japan, it's going to deter them. And that's basically what's happened. And at the moment, you don't hear anything about the expo here in Japan. People aren't talking about it. In fact, very few people, I feel, are actually interested. The buzz has gone and it's just started. That's my feeling right now. There's a few people that obviously are excited for the expo. Hey, check it out. Now let's check out that building. That building looks pretty epic, right? Yeah, it looks really good indeed. It does. Yeah, it started like 6 days ago, and it feels like there's no excitement around it right now. Wow. Check it out. I mean, I'm not gonna go in because I don't know what it is, but that is quite the place. Beautiful. That is nice, huh, Akira? Wish I... I'm not very sure if that was the residence. That's why I didn't go in. It had... I don't think it's actually... It's not... Ah. Oh, there we go. There we know. It's a burial site of Genka Ninomiya. And Genka Ninomiya was a high-profile medical doctor of the late Edo period. So maybe we can go down in here. Check it out. So it's not even a temple, and it's not a residence place. I guess it's like a, maybe it's a temple. And you know what the amazing thing is? That I've stayed in Ueno so many times and I've never come here. Expo was up heavy with no coverage. 252 minutes wait for Kida Sushi Expo first day. Very beautiful, just here in a very, like in the suburbs of Tokyo. Yeah, when it comes to Expo, I think that it's not supposed to be a tourist attraction, or if it is supposed to be a tourist attraction, then they've marketed it. They haven't marketed it very well, if at all. It's something that you know, that certain kinds of people like, and I think it's definitely more for domestic travelers, you know, domestic tourism. That garden was lovely, yeah? So yeah. I don't know, I don't want to really like, I don't have any info about the expo. It's something that I've not been interested in. It's something that when I even considered adding it to my itinerary, I decided that I wasn't gonna add it because I didn't know what pavilions I was gonna get into, and I thought I'm not gonna commit to going to Expo if I don't know what pavilions I'm gonna see. And I don't want to just go to Expo just to walk around like the Expo. So that's basically what happened with me. Now, that's not to say that I won't go. There's still a little bit of time. And I do have some time in Osaka in the summer. But I highly doubt it. Check it out. Super empty. Super duper empty. Gaijin Expo Monk. Anyway, do we have any other questions that are not Expo related? Because I think we're just beating a dead horse with a broken stick, talking about the Expo, which is something that I'm not going to go to probably, something that I have no information about. So it's a pretty much a dead conversation. I'm just going to be saying the same things over and over again. I had some natto. What? What have you been spending your last 7 days in Japan? Well, you know what? I feel that, oh wait, check out that little street there in front of, I don't know, will I be able to change the camera? Will I be able to zoom in? Yes, so zooming works. So I find that now that the first 2 to 3 days of my trip, I do a lot of nothing. Well, not a lot of nothing. I've been hanging out with people. I actually met up with Luke, with Alan, Japan Ichiban, and with Daniel, from Daniel and Yuka. And I spent, what was it, Tuesday? Pretty much most of Tuesday with them. I met up with Luke at like 1 p.m. and then I met up with Daniel at around 3:30 or so, or 4, and then I met up with Alan at around 6:30 and we hung out. I got pretty much nearly the last train home, so that was loads of fun. And then other than that, yesterday I did onsen. I've been doing a little bit of filming here and there, so I have been productive. I filmed for an upcoming like video documentary style thing that I'm going to be working on, and some different areas. I went to Tsukiji Market, so I have done quite a lot, you know. Have I met anybody who's gone to Japan on a working holiday visa? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Plenty of people. Actually, let's go down the little alleys because I think that they look a little bit more interesting, like these streets, right? So yeah, I arrived on Sunday. I'll give you a breakdown of what I've been up to. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them, by the way. Remember to @NinjaMonkey or write question in front so you know. So I arrived Sunday at, what time was it? Like 9 a.m. and I got into Ueno at around midday. And I met Oriental Pearl later that afternoon and we had a few drinks. And then on Monday I went in the morning to film in one area where I'm filming for a less visited Tokyo video, and then in the afternoon I helped Oriental Pearl film a video that she just put out yesterday. Then on Tuesday I hung out, like I said, with Alan, with Luke and with Daniel. So that was basically Tuesday. On Wednesday, ooh, what's this? People at work very early in the morning. Wow. On Wednesday I also went and I filmed. I went to Tsukiji Market in the morning and filmed, and so on. don't like highball. Guys, don't judge me. Ninja Monkey back in Japan already. I am. But I'm leaving today. But I'll be back in 11 weeks. I don't know, it's a bit of a crazy, awesome life that I'm living. Although I work very hard to be able to do this. It all looks very crazy and wonderful when I'm here, but behind the scenes I'm working very hard. I asked above, but probably got missed. 2 days in Hiroshima, is there enough time to visit Miyajima as well? 80 days until my return? Yes, if you're going to do two days, if you're going to be spending a night or two in Hiroshima, then I think you're going to be fine with Miyajima. In fact, that's how I've done it in the past. You can set, what I would suggest is you head to Hiroshima. Let me see if I can turn the camera around, and if not, I'll restart, don't worry. So it might pause. It worked! Wow. It worked, awesome. Okay, so by the way, hello everyone from the streets of Tokyo. I guess I'm getting sort of close to Asakusa. So I would say that if you did go to Hiroshima, you spend the first night in Hiroshima, and basically you need to do Miyajima in the morning, like very, very early in the morning, to then enjoy Hiroshima in the afternoon, evening. That's what I would say. So, yeah. And if for whatever reason I do miss one of your questions, just do like he's just done and repeat it. And we've just spoken about the Osaka Expo, and at the moment I'm not planning on going to the Osaka Expo. It's just something that I feel that I can't commit to, just because I don't know what pavilions I'm going to see, and I don't want to plan and spend money on something that I don't know what I'm going to see right now. Although I'm not really up to date with the whole topic, maybe they've changed things. You see Daniel and Yuka saying exactly the same thing. They've just, yeah. In summary, for those of you who are wondering, in summary, I have no plans to go to the Osaka Expo right now, because I don't think that I want to spend money to go to something that I don't know what I'm gonna see until a little bit closer to the dates. So yeah, I do have time in Osaka in August, July, August, and I'll see closer to the date. But at the moment, no plans, and absolutely not excited about it whatsoever. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it's a great event if you're into that. What are my thoughts about Osaka? I think that with Osaka, let me turn things around so that we can... No! Oh, shit. No, I did not press end. I'm here. I am back. So I guess that I can change the camera to face me, but then I can't change the camera. Oh, prism. And it means that I've basically lost access to all the questions. So I was answering something and I've forgotten what I was answering. So please rewrite your questions, everyone. Oh, what are my thoughts about Osaka? Good question. I think that Osaka is a great city. It ain't. I've got a love-hate relationship with Osaka, basically. I think Osaka is a great city, but at the same time, I just prefer Tokyo a lot more. Like, even when I'm here in Tokyo, I feel like every single time that I come, I go to a new area that I've not been to. I explore a new suburb of Tokyo that I've never been to. And even when I return to places that I've been to in the past, there's something always new to check out. And I feel that Osaka is a great location, but it's just not as, it doesn't have as many options as Tokyo. The people in Osaka are loads of fun. People in Osaka are loads of fun, and the food is great in Osaka also. And there's plenty to do and plenty to see, and it is a good base for certain locations. Of course, you know, add it to your itinerary, of course. However, you need to be a little bit like, I'd say a little bit like clever with where you put it in your itinerary. Like, don't put Osaka straight after Tokyo, because it's just going to be big city after big city, you know. Hey Jim, and have to purchase a beer or two for your flight home. Thank you so much. I will definitely be purchasing a beer or two on that flight. And Donkey Kong is already open in Osaka, by the way, back in the clay, and it's just opened in LA. I think it's just about opened somewhere in the new Universal Studios. I don't know where that is, but I just wanted to highlight this building here because it looks very interesting there. And I think, guys, that it might be time for me to get myself a coffee. Check out teacups. Haha. What airline do you typically fly to and from Japan? Definitely no non-stops from Jib. No. I am quite lucky because I usually can fly from Gibraltar, which will be British Airways, and then British Airways, it will be Gibraltar, London, and London, Tokyo, and British Airways sister company, or like not sister, but like their sort of like alliance or whatever, will be JAL. So it will be sometimes JAL or sometimes British Airways via London. But then many times I fly, like this time I'm flying into Malaga airport in Spain, and I have pretty much every airline that you can imagine flying from there. For example, this time I flew Swiss Air, so I flew Malaga to Zurich with Swiss, and then Zurich to Tokyo Narita with Swiss. But on the way back I'm flying with ANA, ANA, because Swiss and ANA are partner airlines. So yeah. It must be 7 a.m. by now, I think. Oh, and we get our first glimpses of the sky tree over there. Let's see if I can zoom in without destroying the stream. Where are you? Oh, there we are. Sky tree. Right, it might be time for me to try and get a coffee from a vending machine. Ohio, where are we this morning? This morning, I don't like any of the other coffees from there, but this is Japan, so there's a few more vending machines. And this morning I'm in the area now. I guess that I'm in the area of Asakusa now. Asakusa. They're all cold. There's some hot ones here. I'm looking for preferably a bottle, and I would like cafe latte, a creamy latte, but it's in a can. Because at least with a bottle, I'm gonna keep on looking, guys. There's bound to be another vending machine. Jim, what you been up to? By the way, where's everyone watching from? What are you guys, what's the time also where you're watching? I mean, I know that in general, for me to stream, this is the time for most of my audience. I think it's streaming at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. I tried to stream 5:45, but I didn't make it. It was just a little bit too early for me. So I think I started at 6:20. Not too bad. So I'm just walking. I'm walking in the area. I would like to get to Asakusa, perhaps. Wow, check this out. That looks rather grand. Watching from the Gold Coast, 8 a.m. Germany, it's just midnight. Sweden, the same, just midnight. Yorkshire, 11 p.m. Oh, that's not too bad. 3:05 p.m. Tennessee, 6:00. Yeah, so this just proves to me that this is the time to stream. Akira, thank you so much. 16 euros. Arigatou gozaimasu. Get yourself some nice gyukatsu from the Motomura Namba Annex branch. It's one of my favorite. Well, I'm gonna have to find it and remember it. But thank you so much, Akira, and I will definitely be putting those funds towards some kind of a lunch, and hopefully what you've mentioned. Noon in Hawaii, Bombay. Yeah, my summer trip, I will be in Japan for 6 weeks, and my aim is to stream at this time at least once a week on Ninja Monkey, at least once a week. Right, I'm gonna try to start using my sensors to head towards Asakusa. Oh, check this out, guys. This is like a little, I'm guessing it's a nursery or an elementary school, but they seem to have a slide that goes from, that is a slide, right? That looks like a slide. That is definitely a slide. That goes, let me zoom in a little bit. Can you see that? For anybody who knows kanji and can tell me what that says, but that's pretty darn cool. So yeah, I like streaming at this time in the morning. It's interesting. It's some kind of a primary school, I think. Maybe an emergency slide? I don't know. It looks like it's pretty non-emergency, but that's pretty cool. Children, recess. Can you imagine? Only in Japan, right? This is another example of I mean, I love, oh my god, wait, I'm going to show you this building because it's like super grand here on the left. So just wait, I just wanted to say before that, I wanted to say that this is an example of me sort of getting back into the swing of things here in Japan, right? So So beautiful. Check it out. What is this here? You just find the most random, huge ass buildings, huh? It's an evacuation slide. Wow. Planning a trip to Japan in May. Thank you for your videos, you're very welcome. I hope I can put out a few more between now and May. Well, although May is just right the corner, so maybe not too many. But I did put out a Q&A, sort of like most asked questions video that didn't really perform as well as I thought it would. It's for some reason thank you. I think this is a good time for streaming. It's just very inconvenient for me because it's very early in the morning. It's also good for connection because people are asleep. Tourists aren't using the bandwidth. What time is it? Well, I started, it must be coming up to 7 in the morning, or just, yeah, 7 in the morning. Because I started like at 20 past 6 or something. Yeah, nothing is open and there's no people at 6 a.m. You get what I'm saying with the connection stresses, right? I mean, I used to think, and I know that local people that live in Japan have a better connection, but the connection issues are real. It ain't just for us tourists, and I think that tourist sims are getting better and better and better. Dang, you up early. Yeah, I made sure. I don't know, dude. I watched some of your streams and you lose connection too. Yeah, I started at like 6 something in the morning. I got up at 5:45. 5:45 I got up to get myself started and sorted. Okay, this looks vaguely familiar now. I smell something delicious. I'm thinking, I know where we are because I can see that whatever it's called, the foam building, you know, the building of that building, the beer can or whatever they call it. Last case scenario, I'm just gonna have to go into a family mart and get myself a can. But I think I am now in big need of coffee. Coffee, I can't even talk. Family chicken at 7 in the morning. So as much as I do love it, does not at all appeal right now. Right, I'm just trying to figure out where I am. and then turn right. Best entertainment, authentic town. So we are now in Asakusa. There's some kind of a queue there. Quite a few tourists. And actually check out the view here of the Sky Tree. In the distance. That's when you know. Graham, can you recommend an eSIM which is best? Well, I can tell you what I use, and I can tell you that I have an affiliate link that helps the channel out, and that's with Sakura Mobile. I think that most eSIMs, to be honest, are pretty much similar. So all I can say is, without any pressure, you can use whatever you want, whatever deal you find the best. But if you are interested, you can go to www.ninjasaru.com/Sakura, and you can use my affiliate link, www.ninjasaru.com/Sakura. Or you can just go to ninjasaru.com, and there's a link there for the affiliate link and some of my other affiliate links. So that's one way of sort of like supporting the channel for free, because you're getting something. You're not getting any, you don't have to pay anything extra. This is where I feel that I need to get a map out. Let's go in for the closed arcades, I'm guessing. You know, I had an interesting experience yesterday, and an example of how tourism, you know, in certain areas is changing the feel of Japan. And that is, I went to Teppan Baby, one of my favorite restaurants, and they gave me a ridiculous time limit, and then they actually tried to hurry me out of the place. They hurried me out of the place, dude. I've been to that place 20 times. Even featured it in one of my videos. But I guess that this is what happens in, you know, when you go to those, it was Kabukicho, obviously, so it changes. Everything now is by QR code, and then, I mean, the atmosphere and the food was the same. So, no complaints there. The food and the... oh, there's a Jew here. Cool. Oh, I know where we are now. Don Quixote is there. Alright, let's see if I can get a coffee from here. Well... ooh, let's see. Cold, no hot coffee. I want hot coffee. I'm like a little baby kid. I want it hot. Well, actually, to be honest, what happened was they told me, and they do normally, these places do have time limits. It ain't nothing new. But I arrived at 7:30, and they gave me a slip of paper, and the slip of paper said, last food order was 8:30. Last drink order was 9, and then you had to leave by 9:30. So 2 hours, which is reasonable. So about 45 minutes in, or 1 hour into my meal, they came up to me and they said, last orders. And I said, wait, the slip says, you know, no, half an hour into my meal. They said, last orders for the meal. I said, but the slip says 8:30 and it's only 8. Oh, we made a mistake. You don't have 2 hours, you have 1.5 hours. I said, well, I've planned my meal around the time that you've given me, you know, and now you're gonna rush me that I have to eat like in half an hour? Like what? Anyway, check out, I've never seen this building, or have I? This is the beauty of coming in the morning. You get to see things that you don't normally see. It will be an expense. If your son has landed in Osaka and it's his first time in Japan, you fear he's gonna like it. Your fear has already been realized. It was Teppan baby. Teppan baby. The food was very cool, very good. Always very good. The atmosphere is very good. But you know what? I'm not gonna lie, it pissed me off. It pissed me off so much that I actually ended up removing a story. I'm a little bit dramatic like that. But I uploaded a story on Instagram about how great the place was, and I deleted it. And I was actually vlogging, and I stopped vlogging because I just got really annoyed. So the streets of Asakusa, part of the reason why I've come to this area is so that I can do a little bit of a donkey haul. Although I did most of my shopping yesterday, I'd say. These streets are so quiet. Wow. I mean, the last time I sort of came to Asakusa and things were so quiet was when I stayed here, and it was in the morning or the night or whatever. Yeah, there's a Uniqlo round the corner also. Actually, the Uniqlo is here. That's where the Uniqlo is. Hanekura Cafe is not far from Unathan, but it's not open until 10:30. This is the thing, it's still sometimes you go before some of these places open. And unfortunately, the only places that will be open are going to be places like Starbucks, maybe, or big chains. I've stayed in the Richmond Hotel before. Nice hotel actually, not too bad. Good location. Bit expensive. Not expensive, but I think that once you've done Japan a few times, you start prioritizing your money in a different way. You know, you start prioritizing where you stay. Obviously, I would much prefer to stay in a place like the Richmond Hotel than in an upper, but I'd rather save that money so I can come to Japan more often. I can imagine during COVID everything was as deserted. Wow. Hey, you know what? This amusement park I've not been to yet. Have you, Daniel, ever been to this amusement park here? What? At the end there. Oh wow, this is so quiet. It's kind of scary how quiet this place is. This is. Amilda, that's where I'm staying right now. I gave up on my morning bath so that I could do the stream. Just think of that, dude. I actually gave up my morning onsen bath so that I could stream early in the morning on my last day. That means something. I'll just have to have a afternoon bath. This is my favorite melon pan place. Oh, they have melon pan. If wonder what time do what time do you open? 9 a.m. Okay, thank you. So that's my favorite melon pan place, and over here it's closed, but those shutters there is my favorite matcha place. So it's perfect. I go from matcha to melon pan. It's a little bit of a cloudy day today. Let's see what the connection's like now, because usually around the temple the connection sort of gets a little bit iffy, but maybe because there's not so many people and it's quite quiet, it might hold up, you know. Just give you some quiet vibes. People are starting to get here. You know, things are starting to wake up a little bit, and actually, I don't blame them. I would actually suggest that if you're gonna come to this temple, then early morning, just before the shops open, is bang on perfect. If you can do the the temple AM, just before the shops, and then get to the shops just as they open, you start your day pretty well. I'll be keeping an eye on the connection here. This pagoda. I didn't hear any screaming. I can already smell the incense. By the way, there's a very, very, very beautiful garden behind the pagoda that only opens certain times of the year, and one of them is in spring. I'm guessing it's already closed, or maybe it's still open, but that garden only opens certain times of the year and it's incredibly pretty. Nakamise Dori here in Asakusa. Let me not spoil people's photos, considering that they've made the effort. It's a bit windy, sorry guys. They've made the effort to be here in the morning to take the pictures. I ain't gonna get in the way, right? That's only...
Yes, please.
This area is amazing, right? I mean, I know that people say sometimes that it's a tourist trap, but don't forget to check out some of these awesome artwork, by the way. Like, people just miss it there. Look at the temple and they just miss some of these awesome artwork. So all of these doors will start opening at around 10 in the morning. So at this time, there's nothing to do other than take pictures and check out the shrine, the temple. Well, this is the thing, I think, Lani, what's the difference between a tourist hotspot and a tourist trap? Two different things. Just because a lot of tourists go to a place doesn't mean that it has to be a tourist trap. I'm sure that there might be like a few like places here and there that might be like tourist traps within the location, but generally, I always love seeing families, you know, like taking pictures and stuff. Some of these, like not quite graffiti, but some of these like artwork on the shutters also are pretty darn cool. This one has opened. He's been clever. He's like, I'm gonna be the only place open for the tourists. Have I been to Fukuoka? I have been to Fukuoka and I love that city. It's a great city. It has incredible ramen. So if you're a ramen lover, then Fukuoka. Stay in Hakata City. You'll love it. Yeah, you don't see the shutter unless you come here at night or you come here in the morning like I have. This is a nice time to stream also for the connection. I feel that things start getting a little bit saturated. It's the art shelves connected to the shop. I don't know. I'm guessing that some of them are. The senbei shop. Well, most of these shops actually open at 10. Interestingly, no food or drink signs, and a lot of them will have signs telling you to not walk and eat. This is a great time to come. Also, when this is super like ridiculously packed, then my suggestion is to, sorry, I'm just destroying somebody's photo, is to come down one of the alleys on either side. One of the things that a lot of places in Japan lack, like storefronts, is opening times. It's sometimes annoying when you get to a place and it's closed, but you don't know when it's going to open. And then there's no listing on Google Maps, and it's like, wait a minute, it's 8:30. Do they open at 9? Do they open at 10? Or it's 9:45. Should I wait 10 minutes? Are they opening? Hey, you're studying near here, cool. Hey Mario, hey Nathan, how many times a year would you say you visit Japan? Also, do you fly directly from Gibraltar? I fly 3 to 4 times a year, and there are no direct flights from Tokyo. From Gibraltar, I have to fly via London or via Malaga and do a stopover, layover somewhere. I want to show you these people. This is very rare, as in to have a queue of people taking pictures in front of this lantern like this in the next like 45 minutes to an hour will be gone. There will be chaos. People won't care. There'll be too many people. So this is actually, you know, I'm gonna go one step further. I've never seen this happen. I've never seen a queue of people taking pictures of the lamp. This is kind of funny. But hey, look at this. They're all queuing up to take a picture. I assure you that in 45 minutes time, this will be impossible. No freaking way people will be just queuing up to take pictures in front of the lantern. Wow. You know what they say, no? Just create a queue, people will come. Hello. I am fascinated by this, actually. Fascinated. There is a tourist center actually. The tourist center is up there. Up there is a tourist center, and at the very top there's a view, like a little viewing spot, and there's a little cafeteria also, which is pretty cool. There's also a Starbucks there, which is open, but it's going to be a little bit difficult. Sorry. So there you go. The queuing thing, I get it. It's, you know, when there's enough people to be able to queue. Right, would I be able to get a Starbucks with my Right, let's continue walking. We'll walk a little bit longer. Things are closed, so I do need a coffee now. It is official. I need a coffee. So check it out. This is already starting to get busy, huh? I need to find somewhere. Okay, let me just put this on something for a minute because I need to get something out of my bag. I need to get my coins ready. I don't want to fiddle around with coins. And maybe you can see me, maybe you can't. But I left my watch charging because I forgot to charge it last night, and now every time somebody asks me what the time is, I can actually tell them what the time is, which is actually 7:45 in the morning, guys. Quarter to 8 in the morning. And oh yeah, coins. I've got my coin bag here. Okay, let's do this. Right. Ohio gozaimasu, indeed. I've got my coins at the ready. And I'm gonna walk, and if I have to go to a combini, I'll go to a combini. It's kind of fascinating how quickly they've switched to cold drinks. Well, there's some hot drinks here. But I want... What does that mean if it's flashing? I don't know if it means that it's cold or if it means that it's hot. Well, you know what? Screw it. I need a coffee. Hey Tony, thanks for becoming a member. Arigato. Okay, let's get some Wonder Coffee. Some Wonder Coffee. 170 yen. 150. 60. People don't realize how difficult it is to do this and stream. The most simple of things. And it's cold. It's okay. I just read, I forgot to read, it says sumatai, which basically means cold. Well, it means cold. And I forgot. And now, but at least it's in a can. So, what do I do with all my 10 yen coins at the end of the trip? I take them home because I'm going to come back. But my 1 yen coins, oh, that dog is so cute. Hello. Cute. But at the end of the day, I am, by the way, I'm just going to plop this down for a moment. At the end of my trips, I try to get rid of all my 1 yen coins. Keep on going. Daniel, you're still here. Get the Tally's black coffee. That's a black. That's the ace of spades. I'm a little bit of a. When it comes to black coffee, I'm a little bit like it needs to be A, hot, and B, it needs to be fresh. I've tried the black coffees like in cans and stuff, and yeah. I do drink like drip coffee, black drip coffee. Kampai, everyone. Let me see if I can do it like this. Does this work? Let me know. Can you see me? Can you see me? Nice. I don't mind sweet coffee. I don't mind sweet coffee. The adventure continues. Jim, dude, how are you doing? You're still here. I was wondering, you were a little bit quiet. Yeah, I might give up all of those yen for temple and shrine donations. I agreed with you. You know what? I'm going to carry on walking, guys. Let's carry on walking. I don't know what's my battery like. Battery is good so far. It's my last stream, probably, of the trip. So, and things are closed, so I might as well stream until things open, right? having my coffee here. By the way, don't forget that you can ask me any of your travel questions, or if not, you can just hang out and enjoy the view or enjoy the sounds of Japan. And once again, a big thank you to those of you who have either become members or have donated during the stream. Helps a lot to get myself more coffee and come back to Japan. Ooh. Oh, there seems to be trash in the corner there. Wow. Oh, you had a question above. Sorry, I didn't see it. Let me see. I could use your thoughts on something ninja in the end of September. I will be in South Korea until October the 4th. And I'm considering flying to Fukuoka and go to some of the cities outside the Golden Route. What are my thoughts? My thoughts are do it 100%. X-foot, do it. Like 100 gazillion percent. Cities and towns and areas outside of the Golden Route and Kyushu, which is where Fukuoka is, that island is very, very epic. So Kyushu is a lovely area. Head down, if you're going to be in Fukuoka, head down to Nagasaki. Nagasaki is a great city. And then, you know, to keep things a little bit simple, if you wanted to, you could do like Kumamoto. And like I mentioned earlier on the stream, we have Kagoshima and Yakushima Island, if you can get that far. Then places like Oita or Beppu and Miyazaki is actually one of my favorite like prefectures in the whole of Japan, but it's a little bit out of the way and far and difficult to get to. But I think that you will be unlocking a whole different side to Japan from Fukuoka. You can also use Fukuoka as a base. Get yourself a Kyushu JR regional pass, like a Kyushu regional pass to travel around. Yeah, dude, how exciting. Top 2 observation deck. Never underestimate the view of a train crossing a bridge. But I would say 2 of, sorry, I know it's a little bit windy, I'm going to get into shelter now. The wind has come all of a sudden. So 2, so windy. Let me just get out of the wind. It's because I'm in the middle of a bridge, right? Okay, so 2 of the observations I would recommend are, depending on what you're looking for. I think Shibuya sky is pretty impressive, and it's also very, very well located. You're probably going to go to Shibuya anyway. And then I would say that the sky tree gives you a completely different perspective, a very, very high up perspective. Let's walk along the river. I like Tokyo Tower, but you don't get a view of Tokyo Tower, if you get what I mean. And if you want to take those photos of Tokyo Tower in the distance, the background, then you can't do it from Tokyo Tower. That's the problem. Just a week ago, or just over a week ago, all of these trees were full of cherry blossoms. I mean, there's some sort of like in the distance you can sort of see. actually going to head back a little bit that way because the connection for some reason there was a little bit iffy. Yeah, I have to end out in Tokyo in the end since I fly back home from Haneda. Yeah, do it, and then make your way. Maybe you could do Nagasaki, I mean realistically, and then start making your way back to Tokyo. However, you might want to, depending on how much time you have and how much you want to travel, you might want to consider flying from Fukuoka to Tokyo, really. Unless you wanted to take the Shinkansen, it can be a little bit of a costly and, you know, long way of getting to Tokyo, but it's got windy all of a sudden. By the way, we are just under that Asahi building. Just there. Right, yeah. I thought if I come to this side, hopefully some of these buildings will shelter the wind, you know? That's my thinking. And the river, it was really windy. Or maybe not. I accidentally pressed the wrong button, sorry guys. Asahi craft beer is brewed here. Check it out, let me show you the view from where we are right now. It's a cool view from here actually. Burger and beer, yes please. What do I think the weather trend might be like in June? Well, I'm hoping that things like go back to normal, because last year the rainy season was a little bit of a weird one, if any, if there was even a rainy season, really. So I am hoping that the weather trend will be, it'll probably get warm and humid, and we'll have a rainy season from around mid-June onwards. Walking towards the Skytree, it seems. Follow the sun. How are you doing? Follow the sun. It's a little bit windy here. Is the audio okay? I don't want this to become too annoying, you know, with the wind. I've got my coffee in my hand. Starting to wake me up, at least the sugar is. Oh look, there's a little bakery place here, open at 8 in the morning. Nice, coffee, espresso, bakery cafe. The remnants of the last sakura, literally hanging on. If they're sakura, I'm not 100% sure, but can you see them? Good Ninja, how are you? Feeling? You lucky duck? I gotta go back soon. You do? Indeed. Maybe not sakura actually. No, not sakura. Some kind of a different flower. yeah, May must be nice. Unfortunately, due to my work, at the moment, May will not be a possibility. I have a very set times, which is part of the reason why I come to Japan so often. People don't realize I am strictly locked into a certain working weeks. So I am told in advance that I have this week off. Actually, I'm told pretty much 2 years in advance. You'll have this week off, you'll have this week off, you'll have these 6 weeks off. And that means that I can actually plan way in advance, book my flights in advance, get my hotels in advance, and that sort of keeps everything as cheap as possible. Within reason, you know? Oh yeah, the wind will definitely take care of the remaining sakura. One of the things I like about Tokyo in general is that you walk, and then boom, you're somewhere that you've never been before. But it still sort of feels familiar because the sky tree is there in the background. Oh, late afternoon onwards. Ooh. Let me think. Because I could tell you what to do in the morning. What would you say late afternoon is though? I mean, for late afternoon, Kabukicho, Shinjuku will be nice and lively. Hey, oh my goodness, check that view out, everyone. This is like one of those Instagram places where I just found the spot where you could have somebody there in the middle, you know? If you arrive at 3 or 4 p.m, where are you staying? That's the other thing. Because you know, all these have all these factors. I mean, to be honest, usually if you're a first timer in Japan or in Tokyo, for example, I would suggest that you just get your bearings around your hotel area, you know, and go to a city. And what I mean by a city is like an area, a bigger area near you. I mean, Asakusa, where we've just come from, might be a good choice too. Actually, it might not be a bad choice at that time. It'll definitely be nice and lively. Another thing that is really a really good idea for you to do is something that I like to tell people to do first of all, is to do an observation deck. If you could do an observation deck when you arrive, that might be a good way of sorting yourself out, because you get A, observation deck tick, done, and B, you are doing an activity, and C, the heights will definitely wake you up, and D, you get a sense of the city, you get a sense of how big Tokyo is, you know. And lots of these observation decks, they have these maps where you can sort of like see where different areas are, you know. I was at that spot in 2023, really, wow. So we are not in Ueno area now. I would say we are actually past Asakusa, going into, what's it, Skytree area, really. Well, I wasn't expecting this stream to be this long, but I'm enjoying it. And like I said, things are closed, so I think this is really the way forward. I just need to get my gear, get myself sorted for the future. Streaming in the morning means that I get to stream. I don't feel that I'm missing out on anything, because that's part of the difficulty of streaming during the day, that I have things to do, people to meet, you know. But this, if I can do like a 2 or 3 hour stream in the morning, by the time I'm done, things are still closed, people are still sleeping. Sorry, I just I guess we're walking to the Skytree. I think. Well, I think I don't have a choice now, really, because I will probably want to get the train back. I'm gonna start running and jogging when I get home, by the way. I haven't been able to this year because I was sick with pneumonia, and then I had an operation, I had some stitches in my back. But now finally I can actually take a little bit of fitness seriously. Wow. Check it out, people. Oh boy. This is so pretty, huh? Yeah, cars in Japan can be quite small, you're right. Very, very pretty. I'm really liking this little like path. Isn't that pretty, guys? We're gonna walk down that way. You walk this way, 2023. Cool vibes. Check this out. I think it's a seat. Is it? Seat. I checked into my flight already. So we are in the area of I guess it's a Skytree area now, really. I must have walked so many steps already. I've walked all the way from Ueno, where I'm staying. This cafe is open, that's good to know. I've changed some kind of a setting, and I don't know how to put it back. I take physical fitness seriously as long as someone else actually does physical parts. Look at this little family mart. Pretty cute. Yeah, I take physical fitness quite seriously. I mean, not like crazy, like seriously, but serious enough to for my health, you know? Wait, I need to figure out how on earth do I change this? There's a setting here that I've touched. That's not it. I've done this before. I've touched a setting and I don't know how to change it. I'm gonna try and change it because basically it's a little bit wonky. If I move, you know, it's just a little bit too wonky. I don't want it to be that way. I must admit, this is a great way to start my last day in Japan, in Tokyo, walking nice and early. Do you know about how strict Japan is with drones? And if it is easy to get a license, I'd like to shoot some amazing footage in the nature of Nikko or something. Xfoot, there's actually some official drone sites. If you search online for drones, you need to have specific. First of all, I don't bring a drone to Japan anymore, just because it doesn't fit in with my style of travel. It doesn't fit in with my style of travel, and it just took up too much space in my bag. But that's me. However, when I did bring a drone, it was epic. I loved it. It's just that my gear has expanded, and it's just something that I don't want to have in my bag. But what I do know is that your drone has to be. It's not the same as like a USA and European standards. I think it's 250 grams or less. I think that in Japan it has to be 200 grams or 150 grams or less. So that's the first issue that you'll come across. And the second issue that you'll come across is that your drone, depending on the drone that you have, has to have an identifier, some kind of an identifier or something that you need to register with Japanese whatever drone association or whatever it is. But there's plenty of information out there. It isn't difficult. Well, I was looking at it into it, and it was not difficult at all to find information. Are you in Japan just to buy the new Nintendo Switch? How did you know, dude? How did you know? Oh, check it out. Japan. There's no point in buying one unless you live in Japan. That is true. Because it's region locked, right? And apparently the Japanese Switch is half the price. Well, I don't know if it's half the price, but it's cheaper. So they are playing. Is that? A nice and early game. It's currently 8:16 in the morning, and there's people playing tennis or racquetball. Hey, I think we've made it to the Sky Tree. I am so excited. Japan, what is your plan for today? Because today is kind of your last day. Because tomorrow morning, you know, I'm guessing that you won't really be able to do anything other than make sure that you've packed and head to the airport. Japan, Ichiban has been a champ traveling through Tohoku, showing everyone how it's done. Okie dokie, so this is sort of the entrance to the Skytree. Tokyo Skytree. We will have to wait and see what the connection's like, because I've tried to stream around here before and it's quite difficult, but there used to be an epic Tokyo banana store here that no longer exists, I don't think. I didn't know there was a loft either. There's everything. Mornings in Japan are always so nice. I like walking when things are just waking up. Just get a whole different feel, a different vibe, you know? Let's have a view of this beast. You ready, everyone? The beast. I'm gonna try and give you a nice view of the beast. So chill. Tokyo Skytree Station, that way. So tempting to go up on the Skytree now that I'm here. But it's not something that I would do because I actually haven't got any of my camera gear with me. Today, the shopping day, I have my little camera, my DJI Pocket, that's it. But to spend money to go up on the Skytree, I would need to bring my nice big camera, you know? We stayed in Osaka many years ago. Really nice, massive supermarket. Now that's outside of Skytree. I love Japanese supermarkets. Oh my goodness, it's a Detective Conan cafe. You know what? I've recently been getting into Detective Conan just because I keep on seeing people on the train, Japanese people on the train, watching it. And also, I went to, I think it was Yuta Onsen, which is the birthplace of Detective Conan, and that sort of also got me into it. Tokyo Solamachi. Doesn't this sort of give you Lord of the Rings vibes? Anybody? Lord of the Ring vibes? Anybody? What do you think? Let's get a view from the other side so we can see the sky tree. Let's see if I can line it up. Where is the eye exactly? Oh, and by the way, where is it? There's a little bit of a secret. For those of you who are watching, you're very lucky because I'm going to give you a little bit of a tip. Here, if I can find it. Oh yeah, there. So up there is the sky bar, which actually Daniel showed me. Sky bar, there. You see it? And it's a rooftop bar that has a great view of the sky tree. So kind of unique for Tokyo, I'd say. Just out of curiosity, just to get a sense of where everyone's at once again and what time it is, please let me know what time it is and where you're watching from, just so that I can sort of gauge in the future when I should stream, you know, when I'm in Japan next. Because I think this has been a good time. I've sort of knew that it was going to be a good time. 4:24 p.m, 5:25 p.m, 9:30 a.m. So it's, all of these times are really good. (1:24), so it starts getting a little bit late in Europe. So probably getting the back end of viewers from Europe now. Some people will go into bed. So this is probably the time when I should consider potentially like ending the stream. 9:25 p.m. a.m. Sydney. Okay, can I get up from here? Okay, I'm gonna go up to the Skytree and I'm gonna end the stream up at the Skytree. And I contacted him. He was in the Star Wars convention, and I've been invited. Everybody wanted me to go to the Star Wars event. Yes. First of all, I didn't really fancy. It was my last full day, and I didn't really fancy being like indoors or at a convention, as such. I guess this is a problem when it comes to traveling to Japan for only 1 week, and that's that you do need to make choices. For example, had that been in the summer when I'm here for 6 weeks, I probably would have gone. I do like Star Wars. I just couldn't see any way for me to make any real content for my channel, really. Plus, like I said, instead I went to onsen, and I wanted to do onsen, so that's what I did. I'm not sure if it's still around today. I really don't know. But again, this is my last day, so it's a little bit tricky. Right, am I gonna have to walk all the way up those steps? We caught up and it was fun, dude. It was loads of fun. I'm gonna send you, I should create like some kind of a shared spreadsheet with my friends where you can see what my itinerary is, my schedule, so that you can know what's going on. An updated like calendar. (7:25 p.m. Canada). Yeah, this is definitely the best time to stream, as in like 2 hours ago when I started. It's definitely a good time to stream. I get everyone in the evening or the afternoon. It's hard, it's a commitment. No, it wasn't Tokyo. It was about an hour away from Tokyo, I'd say, which is the other thing. I mean, I've been looking at their posts and they look like loads of fun. I did have, I'm not gonna lie, I had some FOMO, fear of missing out. Check it out. Yeah, it was in Messe. When it comes to the weather, one of the best things that you can do is look up last year's sort of historical forecasts and information for more or less the time that you're going, because when people ask what's the weather like in May is a whole month and there's a whole different weather pattern from the beginning to the middle to the end of May. So it's a little bit of a hassle to get to. This is the thing, that's part of the reason why I also gave it a miss. I did onsen in the morning, and then I finished at 3 p.m. or something. And when I looked at potentially going to the Star Wars thingy at 3 p.m. I looked and it was going to get me in at 1:45 or 20 to 6, and the thing closed at 6. Check it out. Tickets are sold out, guys. Tickets are sold out. I cannot stress enough getting tickets in advance. Cannot stress enough getting tickets in advance. Oh, wait a minute, this is weird. Because then here it says that there's tickets, or there's maybe tickets are sold out for something else. But still, it says there's plenty of tickets for 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m., etc. Conan, that's why then. Has there been like a new Detective Conan movie or something? Because everything is seems to be Detective Conan right now. Wow, I've done a lot of walking. That's where I was earlier. All the way over there. Let me see. All the way over there. maybe move the sky tree, maybe. This is the other side, the west entrance of the Tokyo sky tree, and probably a great time for me to start in the street. It's been streaming for what, I'd say over 2 hours. That's not bad for a Ninja Monkey stream. Once again, let me just turn things around. What? Can you see me? So once again, I just want to say a big thank you for your donations. Those of you who become members, and if you want to support me even further, you can always check out my Patreon, or just hit a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you can hear me. I'm gonna log off here at the base of the incredible sky tree that's behind me. On that note, thanks for watching. Stay positive and be a happy gaijin, everyone. I need to go to the toilet. Happy Easter, everyone. Take care. Let me end with the sky tree in the background. There we go.